Welcome back, everybody. This is Turn6 with another turn for the Civil War by Victory Games, designed by Eric Smith. Just as a quick recap, Bobby Lee marched on Washington and has cut it off from the north. Because I was having trouble with command points and stuff, I brought Lyon over to command the Army of the Potomac and sent McDowell over to help command the troops that will be following Grant from Cairo. And Hooker is over taking place of what Lyon used to be doing over in Missouri. Missouri has converted. Kentucky has not, because Confederates keep stealing a victory point from me, and West Virginia is also converted. So with that, we will just go ahead and get started here. Maybe. There we go. Oh, I need to bring up the theater things. We did a reveal. Once again, both sides this time felt that primary needed to be in the west. The east is secondary. And treachery, if I'd have known what I was going to do with the south last turn, I might have made the east primary this turn to redress it, but I didn't, so I'm kind of stuck here. And this is me. So I rolled a 7 with the Union, so 6, 4, 1, 2, 2. You see me add the points in here. They got a 6, 6, 3, 2, 1. So add in the points here. Yeah, the south has a couple of ironclads there that sure would be nice to, be able to bring them in, but I can't get 2 discretionary points. So then I move these down so that I can keep track of what I did this turn, and then I pick my things for next turn. There's no Commerce Raiders. I adjusted the production points for the CSA because I had snatched some points. They're well above the and then here's our differential on the first turn. It's looks like it's a 4. So I took a leader in the Army of the Potomac. Turned out to be Sherman. So I had to take Sherman and put him over in the Army of the Cumberland, because that's where Sherman happens to be. Took another leader. The reason why you see me roll it twice there is on the leaders. I only had 7, so 8 was too high. That's how I randomly determine what my leaders are. The game does not allow you, does not have a variable leader pool. It would require all the leaders to be defined differently than what they are, which is for another day. Someday I might go ahead and do that. So anyway, I got another leader over there, and let's see what happens to it. I think he got to stay. Yes. So then I took 2 points off, and I'm moving him to cut off Lee. We'll scroll over here so you can see the move a little bit better. And we'll even zoom in to the maximum zoom here. Slide over here. And so this is an overrun when I move even across the gap against 1 strength point. It's an overrun. So, and then I move up, and then marking my control, my railroad controls. And I moved into Washington and then on into Bobby Lee's, because Bobby Lee will have to be demoralized. Even though he'll probably win the combat, he will end up being demoralized here. So that was the reason for that. He failed on his reaction roll because he doesn't have any cavalry. So he's +5. I think I may have done the battle wrong. I said +6. I think it's because I have, I have 2 leaders that give him +1 each, but he already has +5. Maximum is +6. So, and then I had +2 because of my new leader. And I'm going to have to scope back out a couple, I think, because you can't see all the leaders. Union got a net 4. They had a net 9. They did a D2. Lion goes to reroll his own to try and get it better, and stayed at the D2. CA goes to reroll their own. They get a 6, so now they're up to a D3. And now they're trying to get Lion to not get two people killed on them. And with a 1, they just lose 1 point. That's the best that the CSA can get. So they'll just stop here and resolve the battle. So I marked them out of supply. Took 3 points off the Army of the Potomac. And I had already taken 1 off the... you see me move them further south because I couldn't see all the leaders. And then pretty soon here I'm going to start rolling. All right. And then attackers. I put Hancock in there so that I could stack them. He doesn't have to get rolled, but I just kind of stacked him in the hex. So Lion is fine. Stoneman's okay, but can't be promoted. Burnside gets promoted, has a promotion. Pope is okay, but can't be promoted because he didn't roll a 7. Buell is okay. Thomas gets up for promotion. And Meade gets himself dead. Then my last point, I take a point in Philadelphia. And then the CSA spent 2 to put a depot in Baltimore, and then undemoralized themselves. But I think I did that before I rolled for. But didn't roll high enough for Jackson to get a promotion yet. Evil's promotion counter's already in. Promotion's already in for Longstreet. So there you see me rally. So we go to another pulse. And we tied at 9. So we get to add a bunch of command points to everybody. I'll bring up that little screen so you can see the command points go racing up to ridiculously high levels. The one thing that this will do for the Confederates is it gives them 2 discretionary. They'll be able to get a ironclad in if they can get there. And that's what I think I'm going to do here. I took a leader in Memphis. And I had a ridiculous number of leaders, so I was actually rolling a d20 because I had like 9 or 10. But you can see, I think I had 9. 1, 2, 3, yeah, I had 9. So I probably should have rolled a d10 instead of a d20. I don't know why I was rolling a d20. My brain was switched off there. But he can't go in the Army of November because he's a promotion counter, so we send him over to the Army of Northern Virginia. And Bobby Lee's back in supply. It started in supply with the depot and then moved back into supply over here. So, I think I put the rail control markers back. It doesn't look like I put them all back. No, I took a leader. So he went into the Army of Cumberland. I wanted him to go to Grant, but I couldn't get it. I reorganized with Lyon over here, the Army of the Potomac and the garrison in Washington, because I need to go run and open up these rail lines again. There actually should be in 5204, there should be a rail control marker for Bobby Lee, which I seem to have forgotten to put down. And then I rearranged my army to be at maximum. I think I was rearranging things there. Now we get to it's like a 1-point split there. I think it was Hooker. And I took another leader. And then the with 1 point, they went ahead and took a leader themselves. And it turned out to be Forrest, so you had to go into the Army of, what is that, Tennessee, I guess. So, and then it's a 7 to a 5. And then it was Ord, who was a promotion counter. And I went ahead and moved Curtis to the Army of Tennessee so I could use all their points. And I moved Banks over to Louisville to try and be able to have him be able to move troops down to attack Polk maybe or something. I don't know what I was thinking about. And it looks like they took some discretionary command points and brought in the Virginia. Spun it around, and then I put it down here by Goldsboro to try and threaten to come down and maybe blow up these naval transports and stuff. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do with it. But it does, that's a navigable river on the north side of New Bern. So he can't come just running across the river now because my ironclad controls most of the river hexes. Until he brings some ironclads back for himself. And then we had a nice little 8 to 7, so back down to a 1 point. I think I took another leader here. Come on, button. There we go. And it's 2 points there. Oh, 6 to 5, there's another 1 point. Took some strength points there. Hancock moves off board. I must have gotten Hancock promotion counter. I got a U.S. differential of 2. And this was a mistake on my part. I took strength points in the Army of Cumberland. And what I should have done, since I had 3 points left in the east, is I should have activated Lyon and just had him run around here and make sure that Washington wasn't isolated. And I believe it comes back to bite me in the butt very soon here. CSA moved up to threaten Mill Springs. And it was column E. CSA is +1. They rolled a 3 to a 4. Came a demoralization. But the Union rolled a 5, which was a D. Since they're both the same, the attacker has to retreat. So and then again, I'm taking reinforcements into armies, and then I moved Rosie across to go get Polk. Polk failed to react away, so he's overrun. We do a leader loss check. It's fine. So he comes back next turn. And then I moved him there. And then I thought later on, I said, no, I really want him in that space. And I put another army in Louisville. And then Stuart cleared out his guys. And then what did I do with them? Oh, and then he attacked again. And he rolled a 1, which gave him a grand total of 2, which was no effect. And I rolled a 4 back, which demoralized him again. And Stuart's just not having a good day. But he did get promoted out of that. And then Stuart gets, we go into the next pulse. I think I just took some points here. Oh, and then had Stuart again clear the stuff. But I believe now you'll see me, I'm starting to run out of command points fairly quickly here. U.S. Naval. I took a couple of points. I'm not sure what I did. I think I just got some Navy people in. Or maybe I moved way over here in the east. Did I move? Let's see what I did over here. No, I didn't move him, so I don't know what I was doing. And that's a 7 to a 6, so everybody took some points. And then a 6 to a 3. Pulled in a leader. I do not understand why the button doesn't work so much. That was Longstreet, so he had to go into the Army of the Tennessee, or Army of the Northern Virginia. Then I built a strength point in Knoxville and realized that Stuart really should have been cavalry, not regular strength point. Then I think I moved McDowell. Yeah, I moved McDowell over here. And used up and then Grant marched down here to... And then we tied at 8. So again, a whole bunch of more commands. I was starting to think I might be able to do some major damage here with the Union, because I had so many points stacked up. And then we tied on 5s, so I got all those points. The Confederates got an extra table use out of it, but nobody got to spend any points. That's a big thing in favor of the Confederates. They really like to see when there's this many points, the Confederates can afford to not have those command points. The fact that the Union can't do anything, like I never got around to, like I said, I made a strategic error, thought I'd have time to, get Lyon to just go march, 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 and get rid of all these, railroad counters from the Confederates, and then, be able to start thinking about marching into Northern Virginia and doing battle with Bobby Lee again. But because I kept trying to do other things and worrying about other things, I never got around to moving it. And so the Confederates are actually going to get another 2 points. I finally put the flag there because I realized I had screwed up. And they got another 2 victory points. So, however, Kentucky finally joined me. I finally kept the Confederates out of Kentucky for a full turn, controlling everything. So I finally got my extra +7 there. 4018. I don't know where 4018 is. $40.18. That's like... I must have just pulled a desperation morale and left it out in the countryside and just got rid of it. That's what it was. And then I was no longer at 9. I was down to, I'm at 8 instead of 9 because I lost 1 for Bowling Green, but I have still hold Baltimore for, that's 4, and then 2 for isolation twice. So that's another 4. So that's 4 permanent ones that I'll never lose. And I'm resetting things here, and that's the end of the turn. So while I got started moving in the west, not nearly as strong a move as I would have liked. I kind of have things set up to try and make a move on Nashville. I'll move on Memphis. And then I got to remember first thing to make Lyon go and take out, get rid of this isolation on Washington. That was just dumb on my part. Just always thought I'd have time to just go ahead and spend the commands at some point in the future, and didn't get that. And here is turn 6 of 19, and I'm only 15 victory points ahead, so I'm falling behind on the curve. Okay, so that is turn 6. I don't think I made too many rules mistakes there that I can see. I'm Turn608. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Please leave me comments. I will respond. Just maybe not as fast as you might like, because I have a lot of things going on in these days. Yeah, there it is. We'll be back with turn 7 next time around. Until then, stay safe and bye-bye.